Finally, Senator Bola Ahmed Tinubu has decided to go for a Muslim ticket come 2023 presidential election. And this was what everybody was talking about. I mean, it actually started as a rumor that this was what he was likely to do, especially when we saw during his campaign, we saw dedicated, commitment by Shettima. In fact, it didn't just come as a surprise. It didn't just come as a surprise that he would finally settle for Senator Shettima, the former governor of Borno State. Now let's look at this critically. You know, when this was rumored that he was going to go for Muslim ticket, he came out to say that he would never do that. Over weeks and months of self-denial, of outright refutal, finally it's here. One said that this was actually the works of his detractors, who were hell-bent in ensuring that his presidential ambition was brought to a halt. So he outrightly denied this. Politicians, that's what they always do. Something will start off first as a rumor, and then when they are confronted to either confirm or refute, they will always, of course, deny. They always say, no, it's not so. But at the end of the day, it always turns out to be true. So I ask, why would politicians always do that? Why would they always do that? So now, finally, it is here. So that decision has really thrown the camp of Senator Bola Ahmed Tinubu into a state of confusion, because there has been recorded resignations from either the party or in his campaign group. A lot of people are saying that he's very insensitive to the diversity of Nigeria, is insensitive to the secularity of the Nigerian state, that is trying to play identity politics. That why would he go for a Muslim ticket, knowing how toxic, how religious is the very sensitive religion is in Nigeria? Because sometimes I just probably feel that it was even because of a country like Nigeria. That's why Karl Marx even made that famous statement that religion is the opium of the masses. You know what opium does? It intoxicates. It makes you, sometimes you lose your sensibilities, you lose your intellectual prowess, you lose everything that you believe in whenever it comes to religion, because everything is sentimentalized. So you just begin to be carried away by emotions and stuff like that. So whenever the issue of religion is discussed, man, it's really always, everybody panders. Most religious fanatics, you see them pandering to that religious emotion. So for him not to have really considered that, put that into perspective, most people say that was very insensitive of him, because Nigeria is a multi-ethnic and multi-religious state, and the diversity of Nigeria should always be carried along when you're making such a very important decision, because that would engender inclusiveness, which they think that Tinubu did not, factor into his decision. So they are upset. Now, before I even go further, let me welcome you to my channel, Sheni's Digest. I welcome on board my new subscribers, where I appreciate my returning subscribers. This is a channel where we get to speak up and then we say it just as it is. So that is the issue for today. Do you think that Tinubu didn't consider all the aces before making that decision to go for a Muslim ticket?
I'm still consulting.
When Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu said he was consulting, and I even heard some of the APC stalwart arguing that he consulted both within the party and outside the party. That because I think you brought one professor yesterday, because you need votes. Question I'm asking is that, were Christian leaders, the Christian Association of Nigeria, National ESCO, and other groups, do you know that for the first time, the Catholic Bishop Conference also have taken a position on the basis of fairness and justice? that they will not have this, they won't support this? Were they consulted? The ESCO, the National ESCO of CAN, PFN, and so on? Or are we treated like we don't need to be consulted? Or because there are some few big men that they talk with in secret and they tell them, don't worry. Now, I have no record. There is nobody, whether from CAN or from PFN, that have told me, and I dare say, but if they have consulted CAN leadership and PFN leadership, somehow, I'm significant enough in Nigerian Christianity to know there is no record there have been any such consultation. So even if consultation start now, it's medicine after death. So to get to your question, it's not whether Christian Association or PFN will mobilize their members or we Christian leader to vote against APC and this ticket. We are already doing it. We are going to do it more. And I'm saying to you, some of us, we don't care if they have the rigging machinery, if they think they have captured everything, because how independent is INEC anyway?
It's election all about winning. If election is all about winning, so do you blame him? Because one, he's from the minority, he's a minority Muslim from the south. Would you have preferred or advised him to go for another minority, which is a Muslim Christian from the north? Oh, sorry. What am I even saying? A Northern Christian. You know, would you have advised him to go for a Northern Christian as a vice presidential candidate? So that is the question.
Well, listen, do you want me to speak the truth?
Yes.
If I am enamored Bola Tinubu's situation, the wife is a senior pastor in a Pentecostal church, I will go Muslim ticket. The most important thing is for the party to win. It's not, we should stop all this rubbish about whether you put a Christian there. After all, if we win, already the wife is a pastor that have been living for over 40, 50 something years together. If I'm to say, I'm a Catholic, I'm saying my opinion. This is Oji Carlos' opinion. You cannot deny me my opinion. But you can also play Christian ticket, depending on the scenario. Because if we don't play Muslim, we're in trouble. We will not win it will be most difficult to win the election.
And because it's the truth be told, he is a minority. And then in politics is about winning, and winning means you begin to strategize along the lines of where you garner more votes. Senator Bola Ahmed Tinubu is a Muslim southern minority, you know, so it's really difficult for him. He found himself in a very, very difficult situation that needed political sagacity for him to really come out of that very difficult situation, because he wants to win. He's already 70. So there's nothing like there's a window of a second opportunity for him if he loses to be the president this time around. Like he said, it's been a lifelong ambition for him to be the president of Nigeria.
I'm pursuing my ambition. It's a lifelong ambition.
So it was a really tough decision for him, being a southern Muslim minority, for him to his best chance would be for him to pick a Muslim north, so that he can have at least the votes that would win him the presidency. So that was a permutation. That was the general sentiment, you know. But because Nigeria is not a secular state, we are not a secular state. We are a country with multi-ethnic and multi-religious states or country. That's the Nigerian state for you, meaning that for inclusiveness, you have to begin to think, is a Muslim and is from the south. So his best bet would be for him to get a vice president from the Muslim north, where they have the chunk of the votes. That is his best bet. But because Nigeria is a very highly religious country, the moment they mention religion, sometimes even the so-called educated get carried away. They will lose everything that they know. They'll lose their literacy. And then there's something about religion that tends to make people begin to think, permit the word, abnormally. That is how powerful religion is. And that's why Karl Marx said religion is the opium of the masses. The opium of the masses. That's what Karl Marx said. So for him to now say, okay, his best bet would have been to, get a vice presidential candidate from the Muslim North. But because of our peculiarity, it cannot do that, because people will begin to see that as he's playing identity politics, he's pandering towards secularism. He's not bringing into consideration our diversity. He's not bringing into consideration our the multi-ethnic sentiment. He's not bringing into consideration the multi-religious sentiment that we have. So for him to say, well, I need to go for a Muslim, nothing candidate. Of course, you can imagine what that is. What kind of controversy that is going to throw up if it does, toe that particular line. Eventually, he went that route. Many people probably feel that Tinubu should have thought it wise to consider all factors, considering the peculiarity of the Nigerian state. Like I said, Nigeria is a multi-ethnic and multi-religious nation, meaning that Nigeria is not a secular state. So it's really not a secular state, because there is absolute no separation of religion from politics or the state or the law. Everything is interwoven. Everything is interwoven. And then people feel that it's trying to play identity politics. Why are you playing identity politics in a multicultural, ethnic and religious setting of a nation called Nigeria, where anything that has to do with religion, it's like a time bomb that could just go off? So why would you not take that into consideration when you are making your political decision? So now he decided to go for a Muslim ticket as against a Muslim Christian ticket. Just like I said earlier on, it was actually a very tough decision for Bola Ahmed Tinubu. If he would confront that big elephant and make his very first decision as a potential president, when you're confronted with the most difficult decision, what do you do? Do you make a decision that will be all inclusive, or you make a decision that will further polarize the people? So most people are saying, if as just a presidential candidate and you're confronted with the very first time to make a decision, and most people think he failed in taking the right decision, because Nigeria is not a country where you would disregard the religious sentiment as one of the factors you should have considered before taking a decision. So that he failed as a potential president, having the very first thrown into a situation where you needed to make the most difficult decision. So he decided to go for a Muslim vice presidential candidate. So now the question is, what would you have done if you were in Bola Ahmed Tinubu's shoes, or in situation? What decision would you have made? Because like I explained, he is already a minority, and then you cannot play two minorities. I can tell you, it wasn't such an easy choice. It wasn't such an easy choice for him. But the question is, would he have dared to be different because I know politics is all about winning. It's all about winning. He has checked his chessboard, and he has seen that if he makes the wrong move, he's going to lose that presidency. And that is his calculation. He has considered that, okay, I'm from the southwest, a minority Muslim. If I go to the north and pick is a northern Christian who is also a minority, how are you going to get the votes that you need to win the presidency? That was his thinking. And then for some reason, maybe they have put all permutations together and decided to, dare everybody and say that Muslim ticket, we're going to get it. So he decided to go for a Muslim northerner in the person of Kashim Shettima, the former governor of Borno State. As a matter of fact, the two-time governor of Borno State decided to go for Shettima. Maybe Senator Ahmed Tinubu decided to play the identity politics, go against the norm, to say, okay, it is religion that will determine where I'm going to get my candidate. He decided to go for a candidate that will give him, that will make him achieve whatever objective that he wants to achieve as the president. A candidate that will complement him, a candidate that understands and sees his vision, that will, follow him in ensuring that it's the vision that he has for the country is achieved. Maybe that's why I decided to go for that. But you can't do that. You cannot do that. So the question is, do you think Senator Bola Ahmed Tinubu shot himself in the foot by going for a Muslim candidate? Do you think he shot himself in the foot? So my closing thoughts. At this point of our social, political and economic journey, would you advocate for the secularity of the Nigerian states? Do you think that the separation of religion, the state and the law from our national affairs will engender prosperity and promote exponential growth? Do you think that the fusion of religion into our national polity is the best way to go, and that this will engender prosperity? This is where I draw the curtain for today. Thank you for finding the time to watch my video. If you like the content of my video, please give it a thumbs up, strike on that notification bell so that you get to be notified whenever I upload a video like this. Leave your comments down below and do not forget to subscribe to this channel. As usual, I'm going to leave you with the word of Aristotle, that it is only a beast or a non-human that would not be interested in politics, because politics is a way of life. See you pretty soon. Peace out.